Is it
Drua.
the Drua? This is a story about the Drua. The story begins. See, the first landing area is just over on the other side. Did you go on the first landing, John and Rebecca?
No.
This is a village?
No.
No. Oh, you just went on the garden, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. That theory says that this is from the historian, that first Fijians, they arrived there on their double hull canoe 3,500 to 4,000 years ago, straight from Tanzania. So that is one theory. And a lot of people always ask when you're here, that's a long way from home, eh? From Tanzania to come all the way here, if they really coming to look for a land, you know, to settle first time, you know, it doesn't make sense. They've come past so many islands. Why didn't they settle there? Why they come all the way to Fiji? Now, little that they know that the leader of that voyage was a Fijian. That's the start of my story. Okay? How does it that Fijian went to Tanzania and came back here? Okay, so the story begins the area also where the Fiji water source is. There is a holy mountain which we call Nakau. Nakau means tree. Vanra is a type of plant. It's named after this holy mountain. This story we holds up in the mountain. We believe this is where the first humans or the first Fijians were living. They were living exactly on how we live just now. Okay, we follow, there's a chief. Okay, at that time you can say a king because they are the only one. Eh? And he has twin brothers. You know, the one, you know, we were calling it as a Drua, you know, to our Fiji team. Eh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, while they were staying, see exactly where Ambata village where we went today.
Mm-hmm.
They were down below and up the mountain, those hills that we took a picture, same structure as where Nakauban is. There lives spirit gods. At the time there was two spirit god, the 10-headed snakes. We call it Ndenge, and we have what do you call a rooster.
Okay.
Okay, it's a favorite friend of these 10-headed snakes. Every early morning, the rooster, you know, always crow from the top, and it always wakes up. Imagine, you know, he's not just an ordinary rooster. Okay, he was also like a spirit god at the time, living up the mountain. Eh? So, cut the story short. Every time the rooster, you know, crows early in the morning, the twins are the ones who always disturb. Okay, they were they don't like it. You know, maybe they were still sleeping, and then they, you know, rooster crows every morning, and they are the one who, you know, who losing the patient. And go back to my story. While they were living up in the mountain, there was a favorite, not a favorite, there was like a commandment. Okay, like in the Bible there's a 10 commandments.
Mm-hmm.
Up in the mountain there was one commandment. And the chief makes sure that this commandment has to be adhered and followed by all the villages, even his sons, even though they're his sons. And the commandment is, thou shalt not kill. At the time, they were living in a very peaceful time, I can say. Yeah? No killing, no fighting. So, back to the story. Years by years, this thing continues with the rooster crowing from the mountain, and one day the twins themselves can't take it anymore. They lose their patience. They say, we're gonna go and kill this rooster, even though the commandment is there not to kill. they were the first to kill. So they went down to one village in the province of Ra, also where the Fiji water is. They're on the same province. The name of the village is Tongo Vere. Tongo means a mangrove, because it's a mangrove tree that they went and cut as a spear. Okay, they cut from the mangrove where Tongo Vere is. Vere means when you're planning to do a fight or to do something wrong. In Fijian, it's called Vere. That's why it's named after the story, Tongo Vere. So they went, cut, make the spears. They went up at night, one night, when both the 10-headed snakes were sleeping and the rooster, they went and killed the rooster. Imagine there was a big thing happened up in the mountain. The relationship between the spirit gods and the chief probably will not be all right at the time. So because they have, you know, what do you call? They break the commandments of their dad, who is the chief. Unfortunately, they have to be punished. Okay, and the chief has told them, even though you're my sons, but unfortunately, you no longer will be the next heir of the chief, because you have broke my commandment. So the plan is not the plan. The authority is they need to be taken away from Fiji. They're no longer going to own anything in Fiji, and that is the commandments from their dad, who was the chief at that time. And there was someone who was chosen from the chiefly tribe to take them away, to take the twins away. Okay, so the story begins. The same type of double hollow canoe that they found that arrived back here from Tanzania, it was also just built up here in that mountain in Akawanra. Okay, and that is their journey to take the twins out from Fiji. Where they left them, according to the story that we hold, that is kept only on traditional songs, it says far away, maybe on the other side of the world. Okay, where, we don't know. But the story continues with the leader, the one who went and who was chosen from the mountain to drop the twins. Okay, Lutuna Somba was his name. It was the same name that the historian got, okay, who leads that voyage back. So according to the story, Lutuna Somba went and dropped the twins. We also missed two gifted powers from the twins. One of them had one each. One is the wisdom, one is the warrior, like very powerful. So both the gift has gone. And the story continues with the owner. I mean, with the one who went to drop them. He went and find a wife in Egypt. And they went and did settle in Tanzania. Why Tanzania? That's still a mystery, a question for us. Why did they went and settle in Tanzania? You know, sometimes we assume maybe the ancestors are from Tanzania, and they're just telling them, when you go, your family are there. That's what we just thought so, right? So they went and settled. He got 5 children, and imagine even the Egyptian mom are from a chiefly tribe too, from Egypt. Fijian chief, and the mom also chief. So even the children have the chiefly blood. And they were living in Tanzania for a while until you know, there was a big pandemic like COVID. Like the Spanish flu also happened. I don't even know which time, but that, according to the story, there was a pandemic happens, and Lieutenant Somosamba himself think about Fiji. There is no sickness here. Okay, there's a gifted powers of healing, so he decided to bring his own family back to Fiji.
Hmm.
of Egyptian wife, 5 children, and some other Tanzanian family followed the voyage, the journey back. So they built some other double hull canoe. They set sail from Tanzania and come all the way here. Their intention not to come to this first landing. They want to go near, to Raki, so that they just take a walk up to the mountain, Nakobana, pay their respect before, where the ancestors are from, before they look for other islands. But it didn't happen, because it's a double hull canoe, and they arrive when it's a storm. So their double hull canoe was drifted on this island. Not this island, on this part of the island, VCC village. So VCC, with the village, they always say they are the first. But this story, we hold up in the mountain. When these people arrive, there's already smoke in the island. So there are already natives already in the island. So that voyage was just, led by a Fijian chief. It was just coming back home. But only the member of this the group, some of the groups are also from Tanzania. So I can say we are a mixture of Melanesian, Polynesians, and even Africans. With our story. That is the story behind the Drua. So Drua is the twins that were supposed to be the next chief at the time, but they were taken away from us.
And that's what they named the rugby team after.
That is what it's named after, the rugby team.
And you said you said it's the chief class, the warrior class.
One of them is a warrior, one of them has a wisdom gift. Both of that has gone. Which part of the world we don't know. But all we know, they were taken away from Fiji.
What classes are there now? You said you came out the warrior class.
Yeah, for me, a warrior.
Okay.
A warrior tribe.
And you said what kind of tribes are there again?
Warriors tribe, we have the chiefly tribe, we have the spokesman tribe, and in the island we also have a fishing tribe. And one special tribe, it's a tribe that does the installment of a chief. So chief doesn't do this, chiefly installment of a new chief. There is another tribe that does that.